Hey guys, welcome to DMG vlog. This is Devi. So now I'm in a stage where my son always asks me, what is this, what is that? You know. So but the question is how important to answer those questions and how we should handle all those questions. Sometimes it might be silly questions, sometimes it is some serious questions where we can't answer those questions. So all those situations, like how we should handle. So that is the point of this video. So I think, or I'm sure this video will relatable for you guys. So let's start the video. Now you might be thinking that is so common in parenting, right? There will be a stage where your child will ask a questions, but you might not have taken that seriously. But when it comes to my personal experience or what I have observed is, it is very important to answer these questions. And I want to give one disclaimer basically. So this is all about my personal experience and what I have observed and what I have learned throughout my parenting journey. So that is what I wanted to share in this video. So what I have learned, what the opinion which I have might be different for you guys, which is totally okay and acceptable. The intention of this video is to have a knowledge basically. So if you have a knowledge and you have handled it in your own way, which is totally okay. So yeah, let's jump into the video now. So yeah, the first thing is when your child asks a lot of questions, how we should handle. So the first thing is we need to have patience. Yes, I know, but we should make this as a practice that if you are a parent is equals to being patient, or being patient is equals to parenting. So there is no other way, there is no other option. So we have to be patient in answering all these questions. So if you are patient, so everything will go smooth and everything will go easy. So that is the very important and first thing to have it. The second thing is you should always have the positive attitudes towards to the questions. So what I mean by that is, like, sometimes the questions will be silly. Like we might think that, oh, what kind of questions is this? Or we might think it's just so much serious questions, even though if we answer those questions they won't be able to understand. Whatever the questions may be. But we should always have a positive attitudes towards to that. And we should not at all say, like, for example, if you take if they've asked a question and you saying like you don't know that also, or you might say that what a silly question you're asking. So we should never do that. We should not ask them, or we should not say something which negatively impact them, so they won't ask the question, or they in the next time they will think whether should I ask this question or not. That impression or that environment we should not create at all. Or you might be saying them like, oh, so can you please stop asking the questions, or you might be saying, can you please close your mouth and can you please go aside, or just don't stop them to ask the question. So being curious is the most interesting part of our life. So the kids, and it has to grow from kids, and we should never stop them by being curious, or being questioned, or being asked something. We should never stop that by saying anything, basically. So let them ask our questions. So we should be patient. I mean, we should try to answer our own way. And the third thing is we should always answer the question in a correct way, or whatever the question it might be, but you should always give the correct answer to the questions. So sometimes what happens, or what I've observed is there are situations where they'll ask some weird questions, okay, but so even though we know the answer, we can't tell the answer what it is basically. But we should not at all do that. We should always say what is the correct answer. So every time they ask the same questions, so we should, if we are saying the same answer, not only by us, by even, like, for example, assume so you have asked the question from your child and you have answered it in a correct way, and someone else he'll ask tomorrow, and someone else also will answer the question correctly. So that time, first thing is he started believing in whatever you're saying is right thing. Another thing, he won't get confused. Okay, what is correct, what is wrong? He won't be in that dilemma. The third thing is when he hear the same answer every time. So tomorrow when he can able to relate to the answer, he can able to understand what you're answering. Even though today he or she was not understanding what the answer you're giving, but tomorrow if they can able to understand and they can able to relate it. So that is where it is very very important to give the correct answer to the question, even though the question may be weird or it's totally not understandable or whatever it is. We should always give the correct answer to the questions. So now when it comes to how important is to answer the questions, so there are a lot of questions will come in daily basis. So first is you'll create one bond. Like there will be a bond between, okay, I can ask anything to my mom or my dad or for anyone basically. So that confident, whatever that self-confident will be there, no? So that will get increased, and of course the communication will get increased, and being curious all the time, which is very good quality to have, and which helps tomorrow. Or all these qualities like communication, self-confident, and being curious, and when they go outside and when they want to face the world tomorrow. So these qualities are very basic and important. I'll just take a very small example. So if you go to the schools, colleges, so everywhere, like you might have observed, like there are 100 students in the classroom, and there are only 1-2 person will ask a questions. So whenever teacher asks, like, you have any doubt, only 1-2 person will ask a questions. So why? Because they don't have that much of self-confidence. Okay, what if I ask this question? There are a lot of people, what others will think. So all these has been built, or all these insecurities has been built for them from their childhood basically. That is where it's affecting them to face the world, or to be a good leader, or to answer. Even if you take a cooperative word, like to be a good leader, you have to have these basic skills. So the parents, you have to take this seriously, and we have to build these qualities, and we should always handle these questions. We should always handle these what we call it, question stages of our children very well. So now I'll just quickly share my personal experience. So when it comes to my personal experience, I have a child, or I have a son. So he's like almost 3 years now, and what I have observed is, like, I can see him by doing all these things. So whenever he asks a questions, not only me, my entire family, we won't say like anything to him. Like we only try to answer whatever the question he'll ask. And he's like, he is very outspoken naughty kid. Like he always asks the questions, not only to us, for others also. Like even if he go outside and all, so he never hesitates, and he always asks what he feels, regardless of the situation or regardless of who's there in front of him. So he won't think anything. So what he feels is what he says. So that is what I have observed in him, and I think this what I have learning, and whatever I told, which I have applied with him also, I think that is working very well. So I mean, it's different for different parents or different child. So everything will be different for everyone. But if you ask me, but being observed on all these things, and keeping all these things in mind, and handle being parenting, to have a knowledge and all these things are very important. So parents, take everything seriously, and let's create a better world for tomorrow. So happy parenting. Thank you so much for watching till the end, guys. Love ya. Bye bye.